Hello everyone, good morning, good morning. Tracie here, and I am getting ready to prep 5 meals for my family and show you just how easy it is to make 5 dinners in 1 hour. So as you're hopping on, say hello, let me know where it is that you're joining me from. And I'm gonna get started on prepping my meals. Hello, hello. My name's Tracie. I've been a member of 5 Dinners 1 Hour for 7 years now. And I'm telling you what, this program has saved me so much money, so much time, and honestly, so much sanity. I know the answer to that question that I know makes us all crazy. What's for dinner? I know that answer every single week, which is fantastic. And this week, actually, my 12-year-old picked our meals for us. So super easy to use. You're new here. Hello, Pineapple Joy. Thanks for joining me. Good morning, Janice. Thanks for hopping on. So it's good to see everyone hopping on. Hello in Pennsylvania, Gina. I'm going to be making 5 meals for my family. Some of them are from our classic plan and some of them are from our clean eating plan. I think, what do I have? I have 3 classic and 2 clean eating. They are all current recipes that if you join 5 Dinners 1 Hour and use the code 10OFF, 10OFF, that's going to save you $10. If you guys can pop that code in the comments for me, that would be awesome. But if you join 5 Dinners 1 Hour, and like if you're going to join, definitely use the code 10OFF, right? Because who doesn't want to save $10? You're going to have access to all of these recipes right away. Thanks so much, Gina. I appreciate it. Hello in South Africa, Jess. It definitely intrigues you, Brandy. Well, I'm going to show you everything I've got going on. So you can see I've got some of my bags set up in front of me that I'm going to do for later recipes. My first 2 recipes are going to go in a casserole dish. So anyway, I'm going to get going, but I'm going to show you, you don't need anything special to prep with 5 Dinners 1 Hour, and everything can be prepped into disposable zip top bags. So you really don't have to go and invest in any special products or anything like that to be able to do this. I like to start with a cutting board, a knife, some measuring devices, and a can opener. And so you just started this 2 weeks ago and you're super impressed. This is fantastic. So one quick tip about prepping with 5 Dinners 1 Hour and helping it go as quickly as possible is to get all of your ingredients together, right? Get everything out that you need. I like to go one step further and take all of the ingredients for one recipe and put them all in a bin. I just got these bins at the Dollar Tree, y'all. They're nothing fancy. And I've had them for years and they clean up really easy if I spill anything, and they're great. But another tip is to go through and open any cans that you might have ahead of time. And I actually have 2 cans. And so you're gonna see all of this in real time. The only thing you haven't seen is any vegetables that I use, I wash before I come live, and I put my meats just in the containers they're gonna be in, and I just do that so I'm not running back and forth to the sink 100 times. 1, that saves time, and 2, y'all can't see my sink. So that's a great tip for anybody. So I've got my 1 can open, and then I'm gonna get my 2nd can open, and then when it's time to use them, all I have to do is dump them in. But this step is done, and I can kind of set my can opener to the side, and I'm not gonna need it. Okay, this is a bigger can, so it's gonna take another second to open. Come on, there it goes. All right, love it when you feel it give, right? Come on, get open, there it goes. Okay, and I like to set recyclables behind me. That's just my system that works for me, so that I know I got a little tomato on my hand. So that I know that I have it. And I'm just setting that right back in the container that's for the recipe I'm gonna do. Who makes up the recipes? There is an entire team of people that writes recipes for 5 Dinners 1 Hour, and they are all written with budget in mind, and they are all written to be accessible, super accessible and super easy, and they're all written to be prepped ahead and to be able to store in your fridge. Now, you're gonna wanna make sure that you check your sell-by dates on your meats. Make sure you note your sell-by or use-by dates on your meats so you know when to use them. Generally, a good order is to eat seafood dishes on day 1 or 2, eat chicken dishes by day, before day 3, and then, then we go to pork, and then we go to beef, and then anything like if you're using a pre-cooked sausage or a meatless meal or something like that, that can go to the end. You can also keep things in the freezer that you're gonna use later. And I am having a shrimp dish that we're not gonna have at the beginning of the week, so I'm gonna show you how I do that as I move along. So now I've gotten my cans opened and I am totally ready to go and ready to prep. So I'm gonna start out with the chicken pesto sliders. Oh, I do need to grab a couple spoons. I forgot to do that ahead of time. So I just happened to grab 3. I don't think I'll even need 3. I think I need 1 or 2. But anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and do chicken pesto sliders. And let me show you how easy it is to accommodate for dietary restrictions. Now, in our house, I like to keep gluten-free and cow's dairy-free, and my family doesn't have to. And so mine is a sensitivity, not an allergy, so I can prep into the same container. I am okay with that. But if you have an allergy, you know what you need to do for your life. But you'll see that I'm prepping some of this with regular rolls for them, and some I'm gonna do with gluten-free bread. And so it's real easy to see how you're gonna do it. So this is chicken pesto sliders. This is on our classic plan. This is a brand new July recipe. And I'm also gonna show you how I'm gonna save a little money. Now, we are a family of 3, so I am prepping for a serving size of 3, but you can adjust your serving size to fit whatever it is that your family needs, all right? So do not worry if you're like, but I'm a family of 9. Okay, great, set your serving size to 9. That would just be way too much food for my family, and I'm actually prepping food that my family is gonna eat. I'll come back to these in a little bit, what's left. And we're all about not wasting, right? And using up what we have. So, a couple of things. Now, sometimes you'll have a recipe that calls for cooked shredded chicken. Here's what I'm gonna show you. You can buy, let me turn this off really fast. Guys, I'm not going to be accepting anyone to join me on the live, so just so you know. Okay, so that's features turned off. You can buy pre-cooked shredded chicken. I got my groceries from Walmart this week. You can buy it already pre-cooked and pre-shredded. You can buy a rotisserie chicken and shred it up yourself. You can take some chicken breast or thighs or whatever cut of chicken it is that you like, put it in your slow cooker and cook it and shred it, put it in your Instant Pot and cook it and shred it. And I like to do that. Oftentimes I'll buy a couple of rotisserie chickens like from Costco. I just didn't have a chance this week to get to Costco. Didn't work with my schedule. So I bought some already pre-shredded chicken, but it's super accessible. It's a little more expensive if you don't shred it yourself. That's why I like to do the rotisserie chicken. But then there's actually a video up on the 5 Dinners TikTok that went up yesterday that shows how easy it is to shred it just with a handheld mixer. Super duper simple. So anyway, so I've got my pesto chicken sliders, and to this, I'm going to be using the rest of this container in another recipe as well. I have step-by-step instructions. It says to line the baking dish with the bottom halves of dinner rolls, which I've done now. Again, I'm doing a serving size of 3, and I just only have one 8x8. I need to get another 8x8 pan, but so I'm doing it in a 9x13, and that's cool. So to line our dinner rolls, and we figure 2 sliders per person, right? And then we're going to go ahead and get our chicken, our pre-cooked, shredded or chunked chicken on these things, right? And so, like I mentioned earlier, my husband and daughter do not keep gluten-free, but I try to keep gluten-free. So because of that, I'm only doing enough rolls for them. And then I am going to add some gluten-free bread. And again, mine is not an allergy. It is a sensitivity, so I am okay to cook in the same container. But I'm gonna add some gluten-free bread for me so that I get to have the yummy chicken pesto slider as well. And that'll go in there. Yes, so the community group over on Facebook is called the 5 Dinners 1 Hour Community Group. And so if you have questions or anything about that, that you want to ask about, like, dietary restrictions, or people like to ask questions. Like, we have a lot of members that are diabetic. We have members that use this program and they've had gastric sleeve surgery. We have members with picky eaters, all of that. And so that community group is just a fantastic place to ask questions, because there is someone on there that is dealing with what you are dealing with, and they will absolutely give you their experience. Okay, so then to this, I'm going to add my sun-dried tomatoes. All right, so 5dinners1hour.com. Let me grab a fork. Man, I thought I had everything out. Get everything out ahead of time so you're not running back and forth. That saves you time and helps you prep faster. I happen to forget a fork and spoons today. But so we're adding our sun-dried tomatoes. Yum. Anyway, so we're making up this delicious recipe, and I am going to be able to stick this in my fridge, and then my family will have it for later. So 5 dinners, 1 hour is a prep ahead meal plan system. So all we are doing is prepping up meals. We are cooking nothing today. We're just getting things prepped and ready to go, so that on cook night, all we have to do is throw something in the slow cooker or put it on the grill, pop it in the oven, whatever recipe we've selected, right? And to follow those instructions. It gives us step-by-step cooking instructions. It gives us exact measurements for what we need. And it's so simple. Okay. There we go. Pesto, if you're not using an entire jar of pesto, what did I do with my spoons? Here, there. If you're not using an entire jar of pesto, do know that pesto freezes beautifully. I'll do this guy first. So you can just put it in a jar, make sure you've got enough room in your jar, or put it in a zip top bag or whatever. And it's very easy to freeze up pesto. And then when you need the rest of the jar, if you're not going to use it all, you can pull it back out and you are good to go. So then I'm going to make a delicious topping that we're going to brush on top of this for on cook day. And I'm going to tell you how easy it is, because you see, oh gosh, I forgot the cheese. Okay. So now, because I don't do cow's cheese, I'm just going to leave the cheese off of mine, but I'm going to add cheese to theirs. Right? So it's that easy to make modifications. Okay, there we go. And we're gonna make our topping. There you go. All right, so here we go. Put my lids on my pesto chicken sliders. So I have spent just a couple of minutes and chatted with you the whole time. And I have got my pesto chicken sliders ready to go for my family of 3. This is going to get melted on day of and go on top. And we are going to serve this. 5 dinners 1 hour includes the sides in your instructions and in the grocery list that it generates for you. And that grocery list adjusts to your serving size. So whatever serving size you put in there, that's the size of your ingredients and the size of your measurements and everything else that's going to be put in there for you. So I did a serving size of 3. You can easily do a serving size of anything you want. You can go from 1 to 999, and it's going to automatically adjust it, and your grocery list is comprehensive. So if you need something for 2 recipes, like I need minced garlic in more than 1 recipe, it tells me that, and it tells me exactly how much I need. So anywho, the sides for this are potato chips and salad, because it's a fun hot sandwich kind of a dinner. And that's what we're going to have with it. That's going to be yummy, and family's going to be really excited. Now, to talk about the money that I save. Now, 5 dinners 1 hour, and they do have a coupon code going right now. 10 off 10OFF will save you $10 on the program. And with that, the classic plan or the clean eating plan will cost you $26 for a quarter for 3 months. You're going to pay $26 once, and you're going to get this program for 3 months. You're going to get the step-by-step cooking instructions. You're going to get the adjustability. It's going to generate your grocery list. It's going to do all of that. You're going to get new recipes every single month. And the instant you sign in, and be sure when you sign up that you note the credentials that you use to sign up. Make sure that you note the email address you used and the password that you used, because as soon as you're done signing up, you can go in and log in and have access to everything. And you're instantly going to have access to 3 months worth of recipes. So it's July right now, but you're also going to have May and June recipes in there. So bonus, right? You get to see all that, which is fantastic. So you're going to have, with the classic plan or the clean eating plan, you're going to have 60 recipes to choose from immediately. And then in August, you'll get new recipes. And then in September, you'll get new recipes, which is amazing. So good. You pay for it quarterly. Yes. And with that 10 off coupon, 10OFF, it's only going to cost you $26. Now, I'm telling you, I save more than $26 every single week using this program because I'm not going through the drive-through. We're not eating out as much. We are, and I'm not buying stuff that I had all the good intentions of that we're not getting to, or buying the wrong amounts or whatever. I know exactly how much I need, and I'm getting exactly what I need, and not throwing stuff out. It's called 5 dinners, 1 hour. 5 dinners, 1 hour. Use the numbers, 5dinners1hour.com. Anyway, it's fantastic. So to make this whole recipe, if I had to purchase every single ingredient I needed for this recipe and my sides, so for my pesto chicken sliders, potato chips, and the salad, it would have cost me $11.92. That's $3.97 per person per meal, which is fantastic, right? You can't do that in a drive-through. You're controlling the ingredients. We're having salad with it, all the things. We have vegetables, love it. I didn't need to buy everything. 5 dinners, 1 hour teaches us to shop our fridge, freezer, and pantry. And so rarely do I need to buy everything for a recipe. And on this one, I needed to buy a fair amount of things, but I didn't need to buy everything. So I only spent $9. So I saved myself a couple of bucks doing this recipe, and I got it down to $3 per person per serving, which is fantastic. Yes, you can click it. The link is in the bio if you want to click the link in the bio. And also, you guys make sure you're following 5 dinners, 1 hour here on TikTok. So there's our first meal done, ready to go. Let's get our second one going. Pesto chicken sliders done, setting them aside. Let's see. I want to put them someplace where you can see what's going on. Let me move things for a moment. All right. This way you all can see what I'm doing. And then at the end, I'm going to show you my dirty dishes. That is probably my favorite part about 5 dinners, 1 hour, is that I'm making my mess today. In this 1 hour that I'm chatting with you, hanging out, and we're making meals, I'm making my mess. I'm doing all of my prep work. I'm not going to have to do any of that on cook night, right? All I'm going to have to do is pop the lid off, pop things in the oven, pop things under the broiler, go on the grill, throw something in the slow cooker. That's it. And all I'm going to have to wash that night is the dish I cooked on and the plates we ate off of. And man, if you want to keep it even less dishes, go ahead and use paper plates. Okay, next up, we are doing the chicken enchilada pasta. Now, I did tell you that I try to keep gluten-free and cow's dairy-free for me, but my family doesn't. And my daughter, I did ask my daughter to pick our meals this week, and she said, Mom, would it be okay if I picked a recipe that you can't have? Now, I will say, I can make 95% of these recipes, gluten-free, dairy-free, everything. And this one, I could do my way, but she wants it like the good old-fashioned way, and I'm going to do that for them, and I'm going to just do my own thing that night, and that's fine. So here we go. Here are my instructions. Ready? Add all ingredients to a baking dish sprayed with nonstick spray. You just saw me spray it with nonstick spray. Mix well. Cover. Cover with foil. And then it says, so that no one is confused, pasta is added uncooked and will cook while the dish bakes. Okay, so I'm going to add the rest of my chicken here. And I'm going to set this behind me because, like I said, I set my recyclables behind me. All right. And then we're gonna just start adding the things that we are supposed to add. And this is how easy it is to get 5 meals, 5 dinners, prepped for your family. I mean, it's really this simple, you guys. It is really this simple. When a recipe calls for chicken broth, you can use a can of chicken broth. I like to use chicken bouillon for a couple of reasons. One, it takes up a lot less space. I have this one jar lasts me a very, very long time. So I use chicken bouillon and water, and I've got my water over here. Not only that, but it's really expensive. It's like 4 or 5 cents for a cup of chicken broth in using the bouillon. Now, not everybody likes that, and that's cool. You do you, but that is what I like to do. So I'm telling you, I'm making meals for my family, so I'm telling you what I like to do. But I love the space and the money it saves by using the bouillon. I'm a big fan. Okay, this is a new garlic. Love the pre-minced garlic. And so because I had to buy garlic this week, it's going to be in the cost of my groceries this week, right? If I had it on hand, it would be free to me. So that's how I save money, right? I add the entire cost of the garlic. The entire cost of the garlic was $4.98. I paid for that out of this week's budget. I won't have to pay for it out of my budget for the next many weeks. You can substitute chicken if you don't like shrimp. Yeah, you can make any substitutions that work for you. So we're gonna go ahead and add in the rest of our ingredients here. And like I said, I like to put all of my ingredients for each recipe into a separate little bin. You don't have to, but I recommend making sure that you've got eyes on everything because it will help your prep to go way faster. So maybe designate a certain spot on the counter or whatever for what you're gonna use. There we go. And then we're gonna add our pasta right in here. Remember how I said the pasta cooks inside of it? There we go. All right. Come here. Set stuff aside. Give myself a little more room to move and groove here. And I'm gonna go ahead and give this a quick toss. It says to mix it thoroughly, so I'm gonna mix it thoroughly. And one thing I am gonna be sure of is I am gonna be sure that my pasta is submerged so that it cooks well. So if it's got liquid on top of it, I know it's gonna be fine. And I did not believe before 5 Dinners 1 Hour that you could bake pasta. And now I know, and I am forever changed. It's the greatest thing ever. So, and it says to cover this with foil. My dish happens to have a lid. So I'm gonna cover it with the lid right here. And there we go. Here's my second recipe ready to go. That one took me 5 minutes to put together. You guys saw how easy and fast it was. And faster too, because I took those couple minutes at the beginning to make sure everything was opened, right? My cans were opened and everything else. So here is our chicken enchilada pasta. This one's gonna be served with a green salad. Now, there is a note on here that it says it's best on day 1 or day 2, right? So I know that this is a recipe we're probably gonna end up having, well, they will end up having this one for dinner tonight. I'm gonna have some leftovers that we have from last night. But yes, 5 Dinners, 1 Hour, ready to go. So this is gonna be served with a green salad and it's going to be delicious. And there's an option to add like sour cream. We're gonna add more cheese to it on cook day, etc. It's gonna be delicious. Yum. Okay, so chicken enchilada pasta. Now, if I had had to purchase everything I needed for that chicken enchilada pasta, it would have cost me $10.90, so $3.63 per person per serving. Again, I am prepping for a serving size of 3. But I didn't. There was a lot I didn't need, so I only had to spend $4.70 on this, including my sides. So it's $1.56 for me per person per serving. Do the instructions cost money? Yes. The recipe, the plan, all of this, that's what you're paying for, right? You're paying for a subscription that's it's going to generate your grocery list. It's going to give you your step-by-step cooking instructions. It's going to give you new recipes every single month. It's going to let you adjust your serving size. grocery list divided by where you find things in the grocery store, adjust your measurements, everything. So you don't have to spend hours doing all of the math. It does it all for you instantly the second you set what you want to do. And you can change your serving size per recipe. Okay, 2 meals down, 25 minutes in, and it's gonna get even faster because I do the bulk of my talking and the bulk of my getting ready at the beginning. So next we have Thai spiced shrimp. Now this is what I was saying. People worry about like, will my protein still be good or whatnot? We are not gonna have the shrimp within the first 2 days. Because of that, my shrimp is still in the freezer and I'm gonna leave it there. But I'm going to prep all of the rest of my ingredients and then I'm gonna add my shrimp on cook day and it'll be great. I missed your name. Is it easy to cancel the subscription? You are in control of your account at all times. So you can go in and you can upgrade from the classic or the clean eating to our combo membership, which is great. I'm going to tell you about that here in a second. Or you can end your membership. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to jump through any hoops. You are in full control of your membership at all times. Okay. So the combo plan. If you can't decide between the classic plan and the clean eating plan, there is a family combo and you can still use that code 10OFF, 10OFF for that combo plan. You can still use that, right, to save your $10 there, but that's going to give you all of the classic recipes, all of the clean eating recipes, plus it also gives you 170 cold lunch recipes. So on the combo plan, you're going to have 120 dinner recipes to choose from at all times, right? And you're going to get new ones every month on both on both the classic and the clean eating because you've got the combo, but you also get those 170 cold lunch recipes. Those don't rotate, but they are amazing. And man, does it help out with kids in the summer or in the school year or making lunches for work or whatever. It is so handy having those. So ordinarily, I would put my shrimp in here. But again, because I'm not going to get to it right away, I'm going to prep everything else and add my shrimp when we make it at the end of the week. And here are my instructions for this one. Are you ready? Add all ingredients to a large zipper bag. Zip to seal and squish around to mix. That's it. That's it. Those are all of my instructions. And I forgot to open my red curry paste. I did buy a new red curry paste and I forgot about that. But everything else I opened up. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and get that in there. And they give me exact measurements, right? And I can use my exact measurements or I can measure with my heart. I've done both, depends on what it is. When it comes to spicier items, like a curry paste, I tend to use a measuring spoon because that I don't want to go too hot on anyone. We like spice here, but I'm telling you, there was one point in time I had bought a new chili powder and man, was that chili powder hotter than the chili powder we had before. Probably way fresher. But yes. I'm probably going to need honey next week. Get it in there. But I'm getting everything out of this bottle that I can, I'm telling you. Because I like to use up all the things. I like to not have the waste. All right. So I am making Thai spiced shrimp. This is off of our clean eating plan. And this is a June recipe, so this is active. Like I said, all of the recipes I'm making today are active recipes. So if there is something that intrigues you and you join the plan, you get access to it. So if you join our clean eating plan or our family combo plan, you will see the Thai spiced shrimp that I'm making right now. And again, if I were eating this shrimp today or tomorrow, I would put the shrimp directly in it as my instructions tell me to. But because I know with the plan that my family has for the week that we're not going to get to it until later in the week, I'm just going to leave my shrimp in the freezer and I will add it in and combine everything on cook day. So I'm going to get the air out of this. And there we go. Here's our Thai spiced shrimp. Everything's ready to go. I'm just going to add my shrimp on cook day. Ready to go. So that's meal number 3. We're 29 minutes in. And we've done a lot of chatting. So 5 dinners, 1 hour, like I said, has saved me a ton of time and a ton of money. Now, I just made a shrimp meal, right? Shrimp. Think about what it costs to eat shrimp out. If I had to do everything, oh, and this is served with snow peas. You saw me marinating the snow peas already, and rice. And this is a broiler meal, and I love a meal that I can put in the broiler. Love. So anyway, this is going to be served with the snow peas and some rice. So it's all in one. All of our sides are included. They're ready to go. But if I had to purchase everything I needed for this recipe, it would have cost me $15.66, $5.22 per person per serving, which is amazing. Where can you go out and have a shrimp dinner for $5? I mean, if you've got a place you can have a shrimp dinner for $5, amazing. And if you don't like shrimp, do it with chicken. Just do small cubes of chicken. Will totally work just the same. Do the recipes have nutritional information? That is a great question, and the answer to that is no, but here's why. You're in control of your ingredients. And since you're in control of your ingredients, you wouldn't get the most accurate nutritional information. The most accurate nutritional information would come from you scanning your items or entering your items into a calculator that you know and trust. And so that's why. Like, I'm using dairy-free items in most of my recipes, things like that. It's just going to change the nutritional value, right? So they want you to have the most accurate information. And yeah, people figure Weight Watchers points, all of the things very, very easily. Lots of people that do that. Okay, so anyway, $5.22 per person is what it would have cost me if I had to buy everything. I did not have to buy everything. And so it cost my family $6.86 to make this Thai spice shrimp, including my sides. And so that's $2.28 per person per serving. And I promise you, you can't get that out. I promise you, you can't. When was the last time? There is a Facebook community group. It is called 5 Dinners, 1 Hour. Use the numbers. 5 Dinners, 1 Hour community. And you can absolutely join over there. Just be sure to answer the questions. Let them know you found them on TikTok. And they will help you all. Do you freeze these? These are planned to go into my refrigerator. You note the use by dates on your meats and use things in that order. So if your meat needs to be used by July 4th, your chicken, then you need to cook it by July 4th. If it needs to be used by July 8th, then you cook it by July 8th, and you eat things in the order that is right. You can always put things in the freezer if you're not going to get to it in time, and our recipes that are tested to be freezable are labeled as freezable, and you can search by that as well. Okay, so next up is the slow-cooked creamy salsa verde chicken tacos. Now, I had some pork in my freezer that I wanted to use, so we are making these pork tacos, not chicken tacos. You can sub out your proteins. Super duper simple. Okay, so slow-cooked creamy salsa verde chicken tacos. I'm using pork. And here, again, are my assembly instructions, and this is how easy it is. Add all ingredients to a large zipper bag, zip to seal, and squish around to mix. Guys, it's really, really easy. So we're doing this. We've got some of our, it landed the proper direction, so that's nice. My lid, I've got some of my plant-based sour cream here. I'm using plant-based for me. You don't have to do that for you. It actually just calls for sour cream, but you buy whatever brand is right for you, right? I mean, if you're a Daisy sour cream fan, buy the Daisy sour cream. If you need a plant-based sour cream, buy a plant-based sour cream. You do what is best for you and your family. You're in control of your ingredients. What did I do with that lid? Like I just had it. Okay. All right. So we've got that, and we're going to keep going. Yep, you can access the website 5dinners1hour.com. Number 5, number 1. 5dinners1hour.com. And again, use that coupon code 10OFF, 10OFF. It's also going to pop up when you go log in over there, but I don't want anyone to miss out on saving $10. So I'm going to say it as many times as I can. Okay. And so these slow cooked creamy salsa verde chicken tacos, we are gonna be, this is from our classic plan. This is a July recipe. Again, all of the recipes I'm making today, if you join, you are going to be able to have access to all of these recipes, all of the cooking instructions, all of the assembly directions, all of that. They are all live right now. These July recipes just went live on Friday. You get new recipes on the last day of the month for the next month. So I'm gonna give this a good smoosh. So excited to try these. These are gonna be served with refried beans and Spanish rice and tortillas and cheese and guacamole, and all of that is listed. So if I had to purchase everything I needed for these, it would have cost my family of three, $13.15, so $4.38 per person per serving. But I did not have to purchase everything because I shopped my fridge, freezer, and pantry first. So it only cost me $3.41 to make this meal for my family, including everything else that I need, the tortillas, all the things. The tortillas, the guacamole, everything. The beans, the rice, all of that that's going with it. So there we are, 35 minutes in, and we are 4 recipes down. You see using some Kroger brand items. Have I had much success using discount groceries? Yeah, I use whatever works for me. You know, whatever works for me. There are certain things that I personally am brand loyal to. I buy Heinz ketchup, and I buy Montreal steak seasoning. I buy McCormick's. But I also use, I don't care that my crushed tomatoes are Great Value brand, or, you know, whatever it is. So you do what works for you, and you buy the ingredients that you like and that work in your family's budget. All right. So far we've got a shrimp dish ready. We've got a pork dish ready that we substituted out for the pork. Like I said, my kid picked all of our recipes this week. And she was feeling the chicken. So we got 3 chicken recipes this week. 2 of them are already pre-cooked chicken, so they'll hold better. And one of them needs to get cooked relatively quickly because it came out of my freezer, so it's going to get cooked tomorrow. All right. You always shop Aldi first and then Walmart. Yeah. I mean, you can shop wherever you want. I shop Fry's. I'm in Arizona, so my Fry's is my Kroger. I shop Walmart. Sometimes I shop Trader Joe's. Sometimes I shop Aldi. Depends on who has what that I need. And sometimes it's about what's most convenient and who can deliver. Also, when it generates your grocery list and tells you exactly how much you need and what recipes it's for and all that, there's also the option, if you have Instacart in your area, to connect with Instacart. So if time is more of your commodity and you don't have time to go to the discount grocery stores, it can upload directly to Instacart and have it delivered directly to you as well, which is easy. So it's whatever you need. Hey, Jessica, 5dinners1hour.com, and be sure to use that code 10OFF, 10OFF. Okay, so we are making slow cooker chicken Parmesan subs. Now, do you remember we did the sliders at the beginning, and I had this package of slider buns, but I didn't need the whole package of slider buns. I only needed half of the package of slider buns. But this recipe also calls for some whole wheat sub rolls for the chicken parm subs, right? I'm just going to use the other half of the slider buns, and it's fine. They'll just have a couple of them rather than one big sub. They'll just be smaller sandwiches, but I'm using up what I have. Okay. All right. So we got the chicken breast. Okay. All right. And we are going to start adding in things. Now it calls for shredded Parmesan cheese. I am using dairy-free because that is what is best for my family. You use whatever is best for your family. And then we're going to put our seasonings in. I don't know why I took the whole lid off. It flips up. Man. Now, oftentimes our recipes will say salt and pepper to taste. make sure that you can see your seasonings as you're putting them in, especially if your family is used to eating out, drive-thrus, things like that. You're probably gonna wanna add a tiny bit more salt than you think, because when you're eating fresher items, it's not as salted. Okay, get this in here, boom. Okay, all right, now I am going to take this, and now on cook day, all we're gonna do, this is gonna be served with corn and green beans. This is off of our clean eating plan. This is a June recipe, so yes, you still have access to it. Give this a smush. I'm gonna go careful though, because that's a really full bag. And I'm using half-gallon bags because I'm a family of 3, and a half-gallon bag generally works for what we need, but totally use gallon-sized bags or reusable containers. You do what is best for you and what it is that your family needs. So now I'm gonna show you, well, hold on. So the slow cooker chicken Parmesan subs, we're gonna have rolls to go with this, you know, put them on the rolls, corn and green beans. And so if your family, like my kiddo doesn't like green beans, so anytime a recipe says green beans, I sub out broccoli. That's just our preference. So you can make those modifications wherever you need. Oh, and somebody just said substitute to your preference. What is my favorite dairy-free cheese? I'm gonna be honest. Generally, I just skip the cheese because I'm not a huge fan of dairy-free cheese, but I do like this Follow Your Heart Parm. It's really good. And I like Trader Joe's dairy-free cream cheese a lot. So hope that helps. Daiya is fine. I mean, they're all fine. I also can't do almond, so I have to be a little more particular on my cheeses, because a lot of them will be almond based. But anyway, so the slow cooker Parmesan subs, if I had to purchase everything, $13.75 or $4.58 per person per meal. And that includes the corn and the green beans and the rolls and everything. I didn't have to buy everything. I shopped in my fridge, freezer, and pantry. I spent $7.77, so $2.57 per person per serving, which is amazing. So, and here's how our instructions go on cook day. So my assembly instructions were add all ingredients to a large zipper bag and zip to seal. Cool. And then on cook day, my instructions are pour the chicken mixture into the slow cooker. It tells me how long to cook it, all of that. And then cook the corn and green beans according to package instructions. Add mozzarella cheese to the slow cooker at the end and stir it right before you serve it on your sub roll. That's it. It's that easy, you guys. They make it that easy. It's step-by-step instructions. I call it paint by numbers cooking. So here we are. It has been 42 minutes. I have completely prepped 5 meals for my family. I'm going to show you all my dirty dishes. I'm going to show you how I put everything away. I'm going to show you how I get it all cleaned up. Now, it took me less than 10 minutes to get everything out, get veggies washed, get my meats into bags, all of that. I did that in under 10 minutes. And then I would clean up in under 10 minutes as well. And I spent 40 minutes prepping. And I spent a lot of time talking to you, and I'm going to stay on and answer some more of your questions. But so here are the dishes that I have to wash. Are you ready? This is what I have to wash. Now this pan, this is what I thawed some meat in the fridge overnight. This is it. That's what I have to wash. And I have to clean off my counter. That's it. These are all of my dirty dishes. And all week, I don't have a knife and a cutting board that I have to wash. I don't have thaw dishes that I have to wash. I don't have mixing spoons that I have to wash. I don't have any of that. I just have to wash the dish I cooked in and the dishes we ate off of. That's it. So then, to make it super easy to put everything away, I told you I bring all of my ingredients that I need for each recipe, and I put them each in a separate bin. That works for me. You don't have to do it that way, but that's how I found in 7 years of doing this that I stay the most organized and I can do the best. So then when I'm done with the bin, I put one off to my right, and then as I'm finished, all of my items that go back in the fridge or freezer go into that bin. So all of these items go back in the fridge or freezer. And I'm just gonna take it over to the fridge and put it all away. It takes me less than a minute. And then when I'm done with my second bin, I take all of my items that go back in my pantry or my spice cabinet, and I put them in my second bin. And then, so I walk this to the pantry or the spice cabinet, and I put all of that away, and again, it takes me less than a minute. And then I wash my dishes, which just take me a couple of minutes. It's all done in under really in about 5 minutes, but definitely under 10. So here is everything that I made today. Let me show you. I have got pesto chicken sliders ready to go. We're gonna melt this on cook day, brush this on top. It's gonna bake in the oven, and then this is gonna be served with chips and a side salad. I've got and it would have cost $11.92. I spent $9 because I used up what I had. Chicken enchilada pasta. This is also off of our classic plan. It's gonna be served with a green salad. This one says it's best on day 1 or day 2, so this is probably gonna be tonight's dinner. $10.90 if I had to purchase everything. I did not. I had stuff to use, so $4.70 for me. Next up, Thai spice shrimp. This is off of our clean eating plan. Now remember, my shrimp is not in here yet because I'm not gonna get to it until later in the week. My shrimp is still in the freezer. I'm gonna add it before I use it. Make sure it gets all the delicious marinade and seasonings on here, but I have prepped everything else ready to go. $15.66 if I had to purchase everything, $6.86 for my family because I did not have to purchase everything. And then slow cooker creamy salsa verde chicken tacos. I used pork because I had some pork I wanted to use. $13.15 for this recipe if I had to purchase everything. I had a lot on hand, so $3.41 is what this is gonna cost my family. And we're gonna have this with refried beans, Spanish rice, we're in tortillas with cheese and guacamole and all of the deliciousness. And then slow cooker chicken parmesan subs, also off of our clean eating plan, $13.75 if I had to purchase everything. I'm using the other half of my slider slabs to save some money and not buy 2 things that I won't use the full package of. Instead, I'm gonna use up the rest of this package. $13.75 or $4.58 per person per serving. $7.77 is all that I had to spend on it. So here we go. I've got all of my meals ready for my family well, it has now been 46 minutes and I've been talking to you the whole time. So now grand total, if I had, the number I gave you where I had to buy everything for all of my recipes, that would have been $65.38 for 15 meals, right? 5 meals for 3 people. So $4.35 per person per serving. And what I actually had to spend on my dinners for this week was $31.74. Now, when was the last time you went to a fast food or drive-through or anything like that? Because I'm gonna bring you guys closer so I can read more. When was the last time you did that? Because my daughter and some of her friends went to Chick-fil-A yesterday. Before they went to a party. They were kind of killing time before a party after their sports practice. And so so for 3 people, we spent $41 on lunch. I just spent on one lunch for 3 people. And then, other parents bought other things for their other kids, right? But I paid for 3. So these 5 meals, $31.74 for my family, 5 dinners. So 1 meal for 3 people or 5 dinners for 3 people. And I spent $10 less. And I got veggies, I've got sides, I've got all of the things. And I know what's in all of the ingredients and stuff like that. It is absolutely fantastic. I love that. So tell me, I want to know, what did you spend last time you ate out? Where did you go? How many people were you serving? Because I would love to hear that. And I'm going to take some water. You had Chick-fil-A delivered for $4 and it was over $80. Right? It's crazy. You can save so much money. This 8 people in your family, $140. Where can you get the clean eating meal plans? 5dinners1hour.com. Go to our website, 5dinners1hour.com and sign up for the clean eating plan. 2 people, hold on, it's going fast. Okay. 2 people, $38.50 at Wendy's. That's amazing. You're excited to join and try. Oh, I'm excited you're going to join and try. Jennifer Cooper, you cried. I bet. $84 for 2 people for hibachi. 1 meal from Burger King cost you $17 and you still feel terrible 2 days later. I'm sorry. Pizza for 4, $38. That's actually not bad for pizza out, but it's still really expensive. 3 people to Chinese buffet for $45. You eat fast food and have 2 teenage boys, it's always over $80 for a family of 5. I get that. I only have, I have one 12-year-old girl, but she's an athlete. And so she might be little, but she can eat, and all of her friends can eat, right? Because we go over after practice. These kids are hungry and we got to feed them. Fast food is expensive now. It is so expensive now. And there's nothing wrong with going out for fast food occasionally. There's nothing wrong with going to a restaurant and stuff like that. We just like to make it more of a treat and a fun thing rather than oh my gosh, I got to feed these people again situation. I know what I'm having for dinner every single night this week, which is what's amazing. So, Jennifer, we can help. 5dinners1hour.com, 100%. Yes, this plan tells your brain dinner is ready at home, 100%. You know, I saw a meme the other day that was, when I became an adult and started spending my own money, I realized my mom was right and we do have food at home, right? So the sliders you make and eat the same day? No, the sliders are good for a couple of days in the fridge, but you can make and eat them on the same day. Where can you find some of my preps? I am live on here almost every single Sunday. And you can see I won't be live next Sunday, but most Sundays I'm live at 11 a.m. For the membership fee, is it monthly? No, it is quarterly. So you're going to pay that once for the quarter. And for this first quarter, you can save $10 with that code 10OFF, 10OFF. It's fantastic. And you're already going to get 3 months of recipes to start. So it's like you end up getting 5 months worth of recipes by the time you're done with your 3 months because they start you with 2. It's fantastic. All right. Make sure you guys are following us here on TikTok. Make sure you're following, make sure you're liking, make sure you're sharing things. Go around and watch the videos, right? Because there are so many good tips and tricks. You'll see other people like time lapses of them prepping their meals so you can see what other people are doing, get an idea for the program. There's some recipes up there. There's some really pretty images of just some of the food and stuff that's available. Really, really great. So definitely take it. Go for it. Yes, your favorite thing about this program is you waste almost no food. Yes, and be sure to turn on your notifications. Thanks, Janice. Question, you're a new member. Question, some of them say they can freeze. How long can you leave it in the freezer? It depends on what it is. But you're generally good to have it in the freezer for a couple of months. You should be fine. Yeah, everything should be good for like 3 to 6 months. So you should be good. Just make sure that you get the air out of your packages so that you don't get any freezer burn creeping in or anything. Household items. So I can get everything that my family needs, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, toilet paper, dishwasher tabs, whatever it is that we need for $450 a month. And I can do that consistently. And I have been doing that consistently, even with the jump in prices, right? Because I'm able to do that. And I used to spend $150 every single week just at the grocery store. Plus then I'd go make huge Costco runs sometimes. Like now I know what we're doing and I'm only buying foods that we're eating. Stuff's not going bad. Is not going to waste and we love it. Can you use aluminum foil for ready to bake food? Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, you use what you have. I already have these dishes. I already had these glass dishes. If I didn't already have them, I would use a disposable foil pan, and you can get a 2-pack of disposable foil pans at the Dollar Tree in my area for $1.25. There was an issue with the app earlier this week and they were working on that. So hopefully that's been resolved now. But honestly, I use the mobile site all the time. Like I almost exclusively use the mobile site. I love it. It works so easily. It's fantastic. Do I have a coupon code? I do. 10OFF, 10OFF. You're welcome. Okay, well, they're working on it, so it might take a couple of days, but use the mobile website. And if you're on Android, make sure you're using Firefox. On Apple, it doesn't seem to have any issues. Okay. If you're having a problem and you're already a member, then definitely email support, which is support@5dinners1hour.com, and they'll help you. All right, everyone. Does anyone else have any questions? Oh, and if you're trying to use the app and you're not a member yet, that's why, because it's only available to members. Okay, I'm going to need you to go ahead and email exactly what's going on to support and send a PM over to the TikTok account, and we'll get you taken care of, okay? It is $26 for the quarter with that coupon code 10 off, 10OFF. All right, I can't help you like this right now, but if you send a message over in the 5 dinners 1 hour, you can be helped. We can be helped. But I'm just a member sitting here prepping my meals. So, all right. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.